Hello, my lovelies, fire signs. This is going to be your December monthly reading. So I am going to put all of you fire signs in one video, and for the next year, for 2026, I'm going to do a predictive video that's a lot longer in length for each of the 12 signs. So this one will be shorter because we're just doing 1 month. And then for January 2026 through the year of 2026, that one's going to be a longer video, and that one will be sign specific. These ones are for the elements this time. So Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. And happy birthday to all the Sages out there. We started Sagittarius season on the 21st of November. So let's see what is going on for you guys, Aries, Sag, and Leo. How do we raise the vibe? Because holidays can be they can drain you, right? So let's see how we raise the vibration. What do we need to know? There it is. Healing myself heals my lineage. So I do think you're going to be working through some family issues. Some of those you might work with others on, and some of them you might work independently. It's going to heal you future and past of generations. And Spirit wants you to see things from a higher perspective. So can you look at it from either their perspective, see the bigger picture on maybe what the lesson is, why you're going through these things? And Spirit wants you to know that you are safe here. So you might feel a little insecure about working through some of these things. Spirit says, don't feel that way. They have your back and they want you to work through whatever these obstacles are. Raise your vibration. It's a mantra that calls me to light up. So I feel like this is going to help to elevate you energetically, spiritually, emotionally. Instead of feeling drained, you're going to actually feel kind of enlightened. And so positive changes come as a result of doing this hard inner work. What do we need to know from the angels? Speaking of angels, I have a whole course. It is 4 videos. It is all set to private, so you can't access it without paying for the course. It's $100. You email me to book that, and then once payment is received, I send you all the links to the course, and you watch the videos all the way through. It's helping you to connect to your angels, your guides, and being able to learn how to channel energy. So if you're interested in that, shoot me an email. It's always listed in the description of all the videos. Spirit's needing you to cut some cords this month. So I feel like it's going to be really important that if you're not sure what needs to go, which you probably are, let's put it that way, you probably know who and what isn't good for you. But if you're unsure, if you feel like you have hidden enemies or frenemies, then you want to make sure that you are asking angels to help you cut those cords. Simply ask them, Spirit, please cut the cords that no longer serve my highest good in the least painful way possible, and they'll help you energetically separate and detach. So cutting the cords. Some of it might be with family. Maybe you have to go no contact with people who just are unwilling to change bad behavior. That is okay too. So honesty and communication. The angels are encouraging you not only to see this situation from a higher perspective, but also they want you to be able to speak from a place of truth, okay? So if you're having difficulty communicating, ask the angels to help assist you. Maybe instead of having a face-to-face conversation with somebody that never listens to you, maybe instead you energetically attack the problem. You ask angels to intervene. You ask angels to basically fix the situation from whatever's going on. And give yourself some compassion, right? Maybe you're an overgiver. Maybe you're a people pleaser. Maybe you're reforming. Maybe you're not going to be that way for much longer. But you need to give yourself some compassion and grace as well. And Spirit would like you to not only raise your vibration, but to expect miracles. So I feel like it's going to be a pretty big month for you energetically, because I feel like internally you are working on a lot of things that you're releasing. And so that makes sense, right? We're at the tail end of the year. It's all about shedding all of this stuff. It was the year of the wood snake. Next year we go into the horse. And so we're going to be breaking free from a lot of things that have held us back, whether that's financial struggles, relationships, anything in your life that it's dampening where you're supposed to be and it's not allowing you to be who you truly are. These are the things that energetically Spirit's nope, not anymore. We're saying no to that. What do we need to know from infinite love, from our higher self? That was a whole stack. I love that. Okay. So Spirit wants you to create a cycle of inspiration and be inspired. So inspire others and be inspired. So it's a cycle, right? Maybe something you see in the world inspires you to do something good, and that is an inspiration for someone else. So think of it as like a ripple effect going out into the world. Spirit would like for you to be the love that you never received, okay? So maybe that's something that you need to communicate to other people. Maybe there's feelings that are not expressed, good or bad, that you need to actually, they're giving me the word amplify, but you need to be able to communicate those and express those. So maybe you grew up in a family that didn't show a lot of affection. A lot of us grew up that way. So maybe you're somebody who's really touchy-feely and likes to show affection. Whatever this happens to be, Spirit is encouraging you to be the love that you never received. Give that out like a ripple effect to the rest of the world. That smile lives rent-free in my mind. I feel like somebody is daydreaming about a certain someone. That escalated quickly. You do have some miracles that are coming in. So if you're looking for love in the month of December, that could definitely be changing for the better. Be yourself because everyone else is already taken. You guys hear me say that a ton. Just be yourself. Like, you don't have to show up as any sort of anything other than authentic. And sometimes that's really difficult. That's why the inner work, the shadow work, the healing is so important, because then there's no dirt anyone can sling at you. It doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, I've made mistakes in my life because I'm human. I was learning as I go, right? We're a work in progress. We're not perfect. We're not supposed to be. But we are supposed to be working through the issues day by day. So do those things. Someone might want you to kiss them like you're the oxygen that they need to live. Ooh, could be some romance coming in. Emotions are for the weak. Somebody might be emotionally bankrupt. We need to feel the feelings. That's important. And if you're not, if you're shoving those down, that's where you need some work. Somebody might be unable to express the feelings or thoughts to you at the moment. Again, you have communication. The angels are expressing that you need to express yourself in the month of December. Oh, all right. Let's get one more shuffle here. Spirit, what do we need to know for Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo for December, please? All right. I feel like you are going to be balancing a lot of big ideas. I feel like there could be some higher learning and education going on. You're definitely thinking about love and commitments, maybe marriage. You're happily ever after. I do think you have eyes for somebody who is quite independent. This could also be your energy. She's a master manifester. So I feel like you could really be creating the life that you want by severing ties with things you don't want, right? Endings bring new beginnings, so let that cycle close. Maybe the confusion will be cleared up once you actually trust your instincts and intuition. You are closing a cycle, right? This is for December, so we're closing out the end of the year, and that lets us open up new opportunities. I also feel like you're going to be traveling, so maybe it's for the holidays, maybe you're taking a vacation somewhere, maybe going to see family, maybe a certain someone, but I do feel like travel is opening up as well as finances. So some unexpected blessings. You may have manifested these as well, and love. I do think you're manifesting love and connection with a certain someone. For some of you, I do feel like this is a divinely guided connection. It helps to bring balance into your life, but either you or them is really, really an independent person. So I feel like that might be part of the glitch. But there's definitely chemistry, passion, and attraction there. You are going to have to make a decision on what you want. So see things clearly and see it from a higher perspective. That's going to help you to decide what needs to change and what is working. All right, Spirit, help me shuffle today, please. What do we need to see for the fire signs for December? There we go. Seven of Swords, or Wands, excuse me. I do feel like this is important that you have boundaries, right? Because we're going to cut something or someone off. So don't back down from your boundaries. You're going to need to make sure that that line in the sand is not crossed by the people that you don't want to. So stand up for yourself. You might have to defend yourself for others, but it does lead to a celebration. I really feel like this has to do with kind of standing up to family members about maybe somebody that you're in love with. like flat out. Maybe they don't like them, maybe they don't understand the connection, whatever it happens to be. If that pertains, then I feel like you're going to have to make sure that you stick up for what it is that you want, because it does lead to happiness and a celebration. We're going to say no to the lack mindset. We're going to start thinking positive thoughts about our finances and create the balance. Spirit is really adamant that you communicate from the heart how you feel, especially about love. You need to express yourself. So trust your instincts and intuition. Know that Spirit will guide you. Echoing with Temperance again, bringing in the balance. There's also reconciliation with that card. I do feel like you need to put in the work somewhere. It could be that work's taking up a ton of your time right now. Maybe you don't have a ton of free time to be able to devote to a love relationship, or you're trying to invest in the right person. And I do think you want to hurry up and take action. Emphasis on the hurry up already. I feel like you think it's taking forever. So wait for Spirit to give you the green light to take a step in a new direction. Be willing to take that leap of faith. Choose your words carefully. I do feel like the Ice Queen is somebody that will cut you off quite quickly if you come in and play games. So truth and honesty. Yep, truth and honesty. There is some clarity that's shed on the situation if you're willing to speak from the heart. I feel like that's really like communication above all else is highlighted in your reading. And I feel like, again, you're impatient. You don't want things to take forever. You're tired of waiting. You've waited a long time for these things to change. So what is our outcome? There we go. Yeah, Queen of Wands. So I do think that you are manifesting the perfect match for you. I think you either know this person already, you may have a past with them, could even be past lives with them, but there's this nostalgic feeling, and I feel like you don't want to miss out on an opportunity, right? So you're standing in your divine masculine energy, male or female, doesn't matter. I also feel like the Emperor is somebody who takes the risk, right? He takes the move, and I do think that you are going after the one that you love. I'm hearing that song from Greece. I think that's what it's called. You are the one I want. You are the one I want. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It's from the movie Grease. It's the blonde girl Sandy and whatever John Travolta's character's name was. And they're singing it to each other. I think it's at the end of the movie. Anyways, what else do we need to know? Okay, so you've got to decide what it is that you want to continue to invest time and effort in. You've already planted the seeds. Now it's time to shift your perspective, right? See it from a higher perspective. Creating the balance, justice, going in your favor, legal matters, if you've been dealing with courts, contracts, things like that. I do think things are resolved in a positive way for you, justice being in your favor. Could also be dealing with a Libra, and somebody's got to walk away for this fresh start to come in, all right? So somebody's walls are really high. I feel like both of you have your guard up. I also feel like this new love offer, somebody's not going to believe that it's real without some action being taken. And then we have the Sun. So fresh starts, new beginnings, ultimate happiness, marriage, children, commitment, and the Wheel of Fortune. So December's shaping up to be a pretty incredible time for you. Play your cards right, quite literally. Speak from the heart. If love is in something that you want, then you're going to have to communicate how you feel to that certain someone. Make sure you have clear boundaries. Do the inner work. It's going to lead to this magnificent transformation. Walk away from what's not serving you and go towards what your intuition and your heart is guiding you. Have a great month.